Promise you you'll catch me. Promise you you'll catch me. Promise you you'll catch me.
Hello everybody, this is Rami with Macstar Computers. Please visit gomacstar.com. We do have no credit needed purchasing options on everything on our website. Now let's get into video 3 for intermediate users. We're going to be going over contacts as well as calendars, so let's get right into it. So to open my contacts, I'm just going to use the Launchpad and go to contacts. Now, like I said before, with the whole Apple ecosystem, if you have your iCloud set up through the system preferences, it can generate contacts from your phone, a link to your phone. In this case, we're going to learn how to add contacts. So to simply add a contact, I can go here, new contact, and let's get started. So for my first contact, I'm just going to put Macstar Computers. This is a company. So when I press company, it'll put the company first. We can click here to change what kind of phone is it. In this case, it's going to be a work phone. 714-836-7827. And if there's a mobile phone and a home phone, you could add those. You can actually add the email. Here, I'll go ahead and add my email. And we'll change that to my work email. So now we have added the phone number, the email. I can actually add the home page. I can pick a text tone. So if I receive a text, it'll play that certain tone. I could put our birthday, which I believe Macstar's birthday was on 15th of 2012. Now back in 2012, we had a very, very small shop in Norwalk. For our customers, you guys remember that. Okay. I can actually add their AIM, Facebook, and whatsoever here. So let's go ahead and just add a Facebook really fast. Perfect. And I can add their address. Now I'm only going to be doing one contact fully. The rest I'm just going to make up so we could go through and get along through this video. And we're in Anaheim, California, 92804, country, USA. And that's actually our work address. Perfect. And I can leave a note. No credit needed for Apple products. And now we're done. So as you can see, adding a contact is very simple. I can actually delete a contact by right-clicking and delete card. So let's just add a couple more contacts here for our training purposes. New contact. We're gonna put that. The phone number, we'll go ahead and put 555-555-5555. Okay, perfect. And let's go ahead and add one more. Oh, sorry, we have to press done. And another new contact. Perfect. So now that we have all our contacts here, let's go ahead and create a group. So if I have a long list of contacts and I just want to create a group for, let's say, work or weekend warriors, whatever group you want to create, you can do so here. So new group, I'm going to call this coworkers. So if I need to send out a text or contact my coworkers, I can just click here. Now to add people in this group, I can go to search, or let's go ahead and do this. I can literally drag and drop each coworker to that group. So we have Maxstar there. Let's go ahead and drag and drop this guy. And let's just say this is a friend, not a coworker, so I'm gonna leave that alone. So now I have coworkers that I can categorize that way. There's a second type of group which makes things a lot quicker, is the smart group. So smart group, if I have a long list of contacts, I don't want to drag and drop like 20 people into this group. So what I can do, I can select people with only, let's say, their company name, their name, department, phone number, email, and so forth. So in this case, I'm gonna say by the company. And I could say contains, does not contain, is, and of course the company is going to be Maxstar Computers. And it will generate a smart group with everybody that has Maxstar Computers. Most of the time when I use smart groups, I do it by email. A lot of companies, the people I know, the end of their email is at their company name. So I would just go to email, ends with, let's say at AT&T.net or so forth. And I could create a group. It'll pick everybody in my contact that has the email ending with at their company name. So that's smart groups, and that's how you create contacts. Pretty simple. You can also add a picture. Now, if you have a photo of them, you can pick from your photos. You can actually click the camera and take a picture of yourself. We'll just go ahead and add a yin and yang picture for them. And bam, I can start filling in information and whatsoever. So that's contacts. As I told you in previous videos, whenever you click on an app, let's go back to contacts, you can go to the title contacts and look at the preferences and sort of customize it a little bit more. I'll just briefly go over this. So we could show the first name before last name or following the last name, however you like that order. You could sort it by last name or first name. Accounts, like I said, if you have your iPhone connected, it'll show iCloud accounts. You can see what kind of template you want to use each card. So if you don't want all this here and you just want to keep the phone number there, you don't put birthdays and so forth, you can even add a field here. And we'll get into this later, which is V cards. So that's how you organize your contacts. We can also ask Siri to add a contact for us. Siri can also locate contacts for you. Bring up contact card, Maxstar Computers.
Okay, here's contact information for Maxstar.
And I can go ahead and visit their website, email them directly, or give them a phone number this way. So that's awesome. Now let me go ahead and get into calendars. So this is a fresh operating system. Now calendars. Now the first thing you notice is I could see by day and by hour, weekly, monthly, and yearly. So let's start with monthly. Now the first thing you should do, I like to keep a sidebar available, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So I go here and it's a calendar list. So now I can categorize my events this way. If you watch our earlier videos about how you can use tags in Finder, this is sort of like the tags in Calendar. So let me show you what I mean. So if I go here, let's create an event. Now I can actually add categories here. and I can merge them. But let me create an event here. So I'm gonna right click, press new event, and I'm gonna double click it. And let's say I wanna control my financing, and every month on the 3rd, I have to pay credit card. Let's say it's Capital One, for example. And I could even put the price I have to pay. Let's say, I don't know, what's usually the minimum. Let's say $100. Now, if you pay more, that's fine. I'm just using this as an example. I can add a location. I can type in home. It'll show my home address, work, show my work address. I can set up the date. Now here I could make this an all-day event, or I can use the start time. I usually pay bills around 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. But if I know I have free time at 5 p.m. and I'll keep it going till 6 p.m., that gives me 1 hour to pay that bill. I can have it repeat every day, every week, every month, or every year. Since this is a monthly bill, let's go ahead and press every month. So now what that does, it sets this event every month on the 3rd, and I'll show you that in just a second. So if I have to be somewhere, let's say I want to set an event for, I don't know, get a car service done, I can put the travel time. And this would help me remind me before I have to leave so I can be there on time. I can actually customize it as well. Alerts. So I don't want to be reminded the same day I have to pay my bill. I do, but not just the same day. I want it at least, let's say, 2 days before. Now when I go over with the mouse, I can add another alert. So I want to be reminded 2 days before. I want to be reminded 1 day before, and I want to be reminded on that day, approximately 1 hour before. And that's how you add multiple alerts. Now let's say I want a custom one, which is really cool. So now I want to be alerted, let's say 15 minutes before. And usually when it alerts me, something on the side will pop up here and say, pay your credit card bill. But I could change that message. Maybe I want to get a message with sound. I can have it actually email me and remind me, tell me, hey, you got to pay your bill, which is really cool. And I can also open file 15 minutes before. So that's pretty cool. Now, let's say I have a different event, so let's get out of there. And today is actually the 27th. And it is 12 p.m., so let's make this 12:10 p.m. And let's go to alerts. And I'm gonna go ahead and do custom. I'm gonna do a message with sound. And I wanna do it actually 1 minute before. And let's change that to 11. Perfect. Forgot to name my event. So I'm just gonna go ahead and double click it to do a quick edit. And let's say meeting. Now that I created a meeting, the cool thing about this, I can actually invite people to see this calendar event. When they accept the invitation, it would pop up on their calendar. I could add notes that they could see, add a URL if it's a web meeting, and add attachments if it's notes of what they should read before the meeting. Once I send this invitation, so we set up some contacts. Let's go ahead and send this to Maxstar Computers. Bam. and I have to add my email address and so forth, but you get the idea, and it'll send. So as you can see, it already popped up and reminded me here. I can snooze it and it'll remind me again in about anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. In this case, I'm gonna delete this event anyway. And that's how you add invitees from your contacts. You just have to set up your email through the mail app, and it'll send the email to them, inviting them. Once they press accept, when they open their calendar, it'll show up the same as it does here, and it'll alert them as well. I'm gonna add a marker, and I'll show you how to set up the marker now. So it's gonna be new calendar. And this calendar, I'm gonna have all my bills laid out, which day I have to pay them, set up all my reminders via email and alert with message. And what I wanna do, I can set up and tag this one as a finance category. I can actually drag it to as well. This one's gonna be finance. This one is gonna be for work. So it's already labeled green. And you'll see a green dot here. Now here, if I wanted to only see my financing, I can unclick these two and it'll show me just my financing. Now calendars could get pretty cluttered with a lot of events. So if I just wanted to pay bills and know when they're coming up, I can just show the bill ones. And as you can see, when I set this for every month, it's gonna show up every month on the 3rd. So the 3rd here, the 3rd here, the 3rd here, and I can set up all my bills there. If I just wanted to see work events, if I have any future meetings, okay, had one today, and so forth. So that's really cool as well, to helping organize and making a clear view. We can also ask Siri to add a calendar event for us. Please add a calendar event on the 30th for meeting at 12 p.m.
On your calendar for Sunday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m.
And
Let me
that's
know if
pretty
you want
cool.
to make any changes.
No changes needed, thank you.
Okay, I will update the event.
And if we go back to calendars, you'll see on the 30th, I have an event that Siri set up for me. And I can go back to my calendar to edit it. And that pretty much wraps up calendar. I hope you guys liked this video. If so, click the like button. If you guys like our website, subscribe to our website on our homepage. At the bottom of the page, you could subscribe. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.